On the evening of the 11th anniversary of the September 11th attacks, a group of Islamic militants attacked an American diplomatic compound in a nearby CIA annex building in Benghazi, Libya.
A small team of CIA security contractors undertake a desperate attempt to save the American ambassador and his staff within the compound.
This is our review of 13 Hours.
As long as I'm doing the right thing, God will take care of me.
If you don't send our support, the Americans are going to die, including the one talking to you right now.
You're not giving orders anymore. You're in my world now.
I haven't thought about my family once tonight. Thinking about them now. Up here in the middle of all this.
RPG! Shoot that son of a bitch!
Thinking about my girls, man.
What's up, everyone? This is the Film Fiends. My name is Prodigy, and I have removed the boots and embracing the height difference today.
And I'm Ivan.
Before watching this movie, couldn't help but wonder if we're gonna end up getting Pearl Harbor Michael Bay or The Rock Michael Bay. That was the big thing going into this movie, and I am pleased to say that it is not Pearl Harbor Michael Bay. This is right up his alley with the military style, the action. This is all stuff that Michael Bay is passionate about and well known. And every time before he goes through with like any type of movie, it's a known fact that he goes straight to the military source itself to see if this is the right way to shoot certain things or how to go ahead and present it. He's got such a respect for the military. This is right up his alley, and I'm pleased to say though that it worked this time. He treated this with respect. I mean, there are still the typical Michael Bay cliches that you will find within each movie, but it's toned down so much from what he normally does. This is not Transformers. This is Michael Bay restrained, pretty much. I think he's held down, and I think this makes it even better. This is grounded. This is based on an actual story, based on true events that actually happened. So I think that also added to the thing that Michael Bay just couldn't go crazy. Going into the movie, I was with the mind frame that if I see one girl in short shorts or with her midriff,
I was waiting.
and she's leaning over fixing some type of Humvee or Jeep or tank or something, and like with a hose, I'm out. Like you're gonna completely lose me. And you're not going to get me back.
I would never know. Really, like my expectations really low for this movie.
That's true. That does not happen here, though. The female lead, surprisingly, is never, ever, at any point, reduced to a sexual object.
And my hat goes off to Jim from The Office, John Krasinski. He
was a great lead, man.
Man.
I was so happy.
When I seen the trailer of this movie, I was like, oh, I see him from The Office. I don't know how he's going to do. And he really surprised me.
I guess I saw him in the trailer, and I didn't... I love The Office so much, and Jim was my favorite character. I mean, right along with Dwight, but for some reason I didn't see him as the surprise. Maybe it was the beard. I don't know, but he plays the straightforward man this time. So there's no jokes that I'm used to with The Office, but I was able to just forget him in The Office. He did a really good job as leading man. I really hope that I get to see him in more things in the future. I want to see him succeed more after The Office. I want to see him do more stuff like this and kind of bounce around there. He deserves it. He's a good actor, and you're mostly following his story and his point of view for the majority of the film, and this is basically everything coming off of that, but he did a really well job.
And you meet, the other contractors that he's working with, these security contractors, and they all have a good on-screen chemistry.
The whole brotherhood is definitely there, and it's there multiple times, and you do have the witty quips. That's another thing too going into it. It's there wasn't the typical also Michael Bay humor that you would normally see. That's kind of over the top and juvenile at times. It's
this
more
movie
real.
made me laugh. I did not expect some of these scenes that came out showing how some of these guys were ripped apart by these bullets.
It gets pretty. Saving Private Ryan.
I was very surprised.
If you watch any Michael Bay movie, it's basically like cut and paste type of template.
You know exactly what's going to go down.
It's very cliche. It's almost like he's a parody of himself at this point. But one thing that I noticed too is while watching the final act, usually his movies end with an straight hour long final battle that's straight, whether it's the Autobots fighting up to the Decepticons in Chicago and stuff, you get that for like a full 60 minutes, or the Age of Extinction, which felt like that never ended. There's always a really long that continues, it goes on and on. This had a break. Had like two breaks.
Yeah, it had multiple.
It gave you time to breathe after some major stuff was going down.
And then it went down again.
There was no helicopters in the sunset, typical thing. There were some of those things that like I picked up right away, like that I don't know why, but like, you know, slow motion shot of somebody getting out of a car. Why we always need that in every single Michael Bay movie, I don't understand what's the point. I think
he got to put a stamp on the movie.
I think he took that spot from Dave Chappelle in that one skit that he did where slow motion makes everything look better a little bit too hard, too much. That like it doesn't necessarily make everything look better, especially getting out of a car. I get it, you got out of a car. Why do we even need to see you get out of a car? Military movies tend to make me, I discovered watching this a little bit, I got a soft spot for it, depending on it. It's something about but it doesn't really hit me towards like the end. Fury was one that did that to me, that I noticed it. It's something about just following these guys through the movie, and then when they get to the point where they basically have to admit defeat, like when it comes to the realization that the odds are not in their favor and the odds are they're probably in their last few moments, they're probably going to end up dying. It's really surprising that I can feel that in a Michael Bay movie.
How dare you, Michael Bay, make me feel something for your movies.
What they're doing is a huge sacrifice, and it's just when you know that you're looking death in the face, possibly, and you just choose to just not give up.
Keep fighting.
Well, you don't know who to trust.
You
don't. And that happens a lot. That's like a frequent thing in this movie is they don't know who to trust. They don't know which ones are friendlies,
multiple times where like,
which ones are
hostile. It's a hostile, and even the CIA guy he didn't know. He didn't have an answer for them.
You have a lot of supposed friendlies, only to when shit hits the fan, all you have is each other. You can't depend on anybody, and when it gets really bad, that's just it. Gets me every time. What is going on here? Why am I feeling for Michael Bay right now? Why is he touching my heartstrings? I myself was in the military, but a lot of connections with the family was, so it's always a soft spot though. And this, I have to say, this is one of Michael Bay's best films that he's put out in a long, long time, especially after a string of horrible Transformers movies. I feel comfortable giving this a 7.5.
Yeah. With me, like I said, I went into this movie with low expectations, came out very pleased on the final product. I felt for these soldiers, and Michael Bay, like you said, Michael Bay has made a good movie besides in the crap of the Transformers, and I would have to give it an 8. I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I have a soft spot for based on true story military movies because I feel for those soldiers out there.
Just take a step away from the Transformers movies right now. Just let somebody else take that over.
Yeah, for real.
Let them get back to
you've done enough in that.
You have done plenty on it. Okay, you did good with the first one, and the other ones are just. But like, it's time to step away from that and start going back to what your true passion is and stuff like this in the military. Just do this. It's not fair that he keeps on directing Transformers movies where like even Sam Raimi stepped away for Spider-Man after 3. And just like Christopher Nolan stepped away from Batman after 3. But why is it that he could direct 5 Transformers movies and possible spin-offs? It's not fair!
Alright guys, well that's our review of 13 Hours.
And if you enjoyed us two schmucks sharing our thoughts and opinions about it, hit the like and subscribe button.
Until then, stay fiending. I'm really trying.
No,
really trying.
You suck at it. You suck at it. Before watching this movie, couldn't help but think, are we going to end up getting the... fuck! God damn it! I almost said Pacific Rim. I meant Pearl Harbor. Before watching this movie, couldn't help but think, are we going to end up getting Michael... Oh my god! Jesus. Before watching this movie, couldn't help but wonder if we're in a... Oh my god, damn it. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yo, hey, we ain't never gonna finish this video, guys.
Fuck, man, come on.
We're skipping
shit.
13 hours.
It's gonna take 13 hours to film this
for
fucking
real,
thing.
man.